WWE was already teasing repercussions for Brock Lesnar this week, Brock and Paul Heyman, in the words of Stephanie McMahon, for making a mockery of the Money in the Bank briefcase last Monday by turning it into a boombox. Disrespectful actions, she called it. And they're doing a storyline where the McMahon family promises to come down hard on Heyman and Lesnar. The man literally walked out on television last week with a brand new Brock Party t-shirt being sold on WWE.com. It has their logo on it. They're making money off of it. But we're supposed to believe that they're disgusted by this man's actions. What did he do that was so wrong? Entertain us? Oh, God forbid we should get an entertaining segment on Monday Night Raw. What did Daniel Bryan say a few weeks ago? There's nothing fun about Monday Night Raw? His crime is that he entertained the audience. He came out with his boombox. He had a hoodie on. He was dancing. He hasn't had this much fun since the mariachi band on SmackDown all those years ago. His crime is that he entertained the audience. We can't have none of that. So then, after Stephanie makes this vow in this stupid video that was posted online, Paul Heyman posts a video of his own, declaring that Brock Lesnar will cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase for real this time. And he'll do it on Seth Rollins Monday Night on Raw for the Universal Championship, which if that holds, and that is a big if, it would not be the first time they bait and switch the fuck out of us, but if it happens, it would be Brock Lesnar's first match on Monday Night Raw in almost 17 years. July 22nd, 2002, he wrestled Tommy Dreamer, and I'll give you one guess as to who went over in that match. 17 years it has been. YouTube did not even exist the last time Brock Lesnar wrestled on Raw. Given the age of some of the trolls I had to deal with on social media this week, most of them are listening to this show right now, and they didn't even exist the last time Brock Lesnar wrestled on Raw. And then their fathers forgot to pull out, and it ended up costing them a lot of bail money many years later. But I digress. So after that, he won, back in 2002 that is, Brock won the Undisputed title. He went to SmackDown. And that was the last time we saw him wrestle a proper match on Monday Night Raw, in the summer of 2002. He came close to having a match on Raw, ironically with Seth Rollins, the night after WrestleMania 31. But, he was in his gear, and they were about to ring the bell. The bell never rang. Seth walked off. That was the night that he F5 Michael Cole out of his shoes. But that doesn't count because the bell never rang. That was not a match. Maybe this supposed McMahon punishment for Lesnar will play into things. Maybe they'll strip him of the briefcase and put it up in a match or something. Maybe they'll force him to battle rap somebody for it. Who could possibly care anymore? The people on the damn show can't even make sense of it. Corey Graves, who has to sit there and call this nonsense every week. He tweeted, so he's cashing in because the boss was mad at him for not cashing in when he said he was, even though the point of the contract is to cash in at the holder's discretion. Where's my new chair? I assume he was referring to the electric chair from Raw last week. Maybe he meant it in a literal sense. He would rather get the electric chair than have to sit through any more of this. Who could blame him? I still want to know what Brock did that was so horrible that he needs to be punished. Guys attempt murder on that show every single week and don't get threatened by the boss the way that Brock Lesnar was threatened in that video by Stephanie McMahon. Now, there is one potentially interesting little twist in all this that has me intrigued, although I fear that it's just the talent sort of booking themselves on Twitter independent of Vince McMahon and the writing team, and this is not actually something that's going to happen. But when WWE announced that Brock would be cashing in on Raw Monday night, Matt Riddle, who many times has stated that he wants to be the guy to retire Brock Lesnar, he said, "I'll be there to ruin it, bro. See you Monday at Raw." And I instantly thought of this stupid wildcard rule that Vince McMahon came up with. And one way to kind of make it cool, for one night anyway, would be to have this guy and they said that the wildcard rule is technically open to NXT stars. Didn't they say? I think they actually said that on TV. One way to make it kind of cool would be to have this guy from NXT, who has been calling out Brock Lesnar for years now, come to Raw as a surprise and screw over Brock Lesnar and cost him the Money in the Bank contract. And I kind of hate the fact that he even put the idea in my head now, because when it doesn't happen, I'm going to be disappointed. But that would potentially be a really fun use of the wildcard rule.